Succulent plants are so popular these days, and a lot of people are interested to get them. While others get to choose and buy what they like to grow, others might take a drastic route and take succulent plants from someone else's garden without asking permission. We call it stealing. I was a victim once. Imagine my surprise and frustration when I saw these. Somebody took my plant and left in a hurry, leaving some pieces of evidence, leaves that fell off from the delicate plant. Well, I admit I made the wrong choice. Of all places, I chose this site to plant this beautiful Graptopetalum purple delight. Of course, who wouldn't be tempted by its beauty? It has thick fleshy leaves with grayish to pale pink and lavender shade, making it look like a chunky purple flower. I'm sure you would agree that this plant looks very elegant. And depending on where you plant this and the amount of sunlight it receives, its color can range from deep purple to pale pink. And sometimes you'll see these mottled colored leaves. I do not know what causes this mottling of colors. It could be because the plant is adjusting to its new location and the amount of sunlight it receives. But otherwise, this plant is healthy overall. It also has some powdery coatings on its leaves that acts as a sunscreen to protect it from sun damage. This plant can easily be mistaken as an echeveria. I actually made a mistake identifying this plant initially. But you'll know it's a Graptopetalum because the rosette grows from a single elongated stem that can grow tall, whereas the rosette-shaped echeverias are mostly low-growing. It seems like the plant was gone for more than 2 weeks already because some leaves that were left behind were already growing some babies. As I said, I was part of the problem. I tempted one of the passers-by with the beauty of this plant. I already had a feeling this might happen, but still, I decided to use this plant to give some colors to my landscape. You see, I often experiment with my plants. That's how I get to find out where they like to grow best. So one day, I decided to landscape this part of our garden. I added big rocks and some wood to add interest to the landscape, and for some colors, I planted this Graptopetalum next to this Aeonium kiwi. This area is facing a public walkway, and of course, one of the passers-by was tempted to uproot it and took off. I feel sad that somebody took my plant, and I'm concerned about the safety of my other plants. But instead of ruining my day focusing on the negativity, I decided to still have a good day with what I have left from the stolen plant. To make me feel better, I played around with the leaves that were left behind. I placed them on top of the soil, neatly arranged like this. There is an issue though, because in this area, I have no control over the water these plants will receive. We have an automatic sprinkler installed to maintain the lawn, and I know that this area will be wet more often than needed. But I am confident that these leaves will be fine because I amended the soil here when I landscaped. And being outdoors and with the climate that we have here in California, the soil will surely dry out fast. After a few weeks, more leaves sprouted babies. And to my delight, I grew the largest one I've ever propagated from leaves. See how huge this one is? What surprised me was that the mother leaf remained plump and the baby succulent is also very chubby. And some of these babies are already colorful from the start. Now, I learned a few lessons from this experience. First, to never display my beautiful succulents in an area where others might get tempted. And second, succulents propagated from leaves will grow bigger faster when you water more often. As babies, their outer leaf cover is somehow more elastic. Therefore, they won't easily crack like what happens to those mature plants when they've absorbed a lot of water. And the more you water these babies, the faster they grow. But you have to keep in mind that the soil mixture you're going to use drains fast and that the plants will not sit on wet soil longer. Now, not all succulents would propagate well from leaves. Some of them are good at producing babies around them, like this echeveria. We also call this hen and chicks, where the mother plant is the hen and the chicks are the small babies surrounding it. Some succulents are good at producing more sprouts when trimmed, but those succulent plants with leaves that can easily detach from the stem, like this Cryptopetalum, propagates well from leaves. When the babies are still small, they can get their nutrients from the mother leaf. But when the babies have roots, they can start absorbing their needed water and nutrients from the soil. Sometimes, the mother leaf will completely dry out, but in some cases, they may remain intact just like this one, and you might need to manually remove the babies from the mother plant when they are ready. When the babies already have roots, that means they are able to live on their own. And so, when they are about a thumb size, you can transfer them to a container or leave them where they are until they grow even bigger. When transferring your leaf propagation, remember that they are very delicate. So, try to use a gadget when uprooting them. I found using tweezers as the most effective way of transferring these delicate plants. That's why I created this tool which gives delight to a lot of succulent hobbyists, these tweezers for succulents. And it is available on Amazon USA and Canada. I will leave the link in the description below. Now, Cryptopetalum requires a lot of sunlight to achieve its best color. But while transitioning the plant to the full sun, find a location in your garden where you can provide bright light but protect them from strong noontime and early afternoon light initially until they are fully adjusted. So guys, I hope you learned a lot from this video today, and may this video inspire you to visit your garden and appreciate your succulent plants more. And if you're new to succulents and you want to learn more, I have the free beginner's guide for you to download. I will leave a link in the description below. Take care, everyone!